Hi guys! I'm so excited to have the chance to make this little video for you and get to share some of what my journey so far here in Amsterdam has consisted of. I thought it would be kind of cool if maybe I could Skype in to ABF sometime, but it doesn't happen until 2 o'clock my time AM, so that would kind of not be great. So I thought maybe I'll just make a video and see what your guys' reaction was. Plus, I just really wanted to be able to contribute something since I'm not able to actually physically be there with you. And God has really been working in my heart and in my life in some pretty amazing ways since I've been here. So I thought it would be fun to get to actually use my mouth and sounds that I make to tell you guys about the awesome things that have been going on. So basically, I'm not very good at using iMovie, so this video is probably terrible and will probably get a million unlikes on YouTube. But basically what I did was I kind of wrote it out, what I wanted to say, because I'm a lot better at expressing myself through written words than I am through spoken words. You probably know that if you read any of my awesome blog. But I'm going to read through, my little spiel, and then after that, I'll be back to kind of wrap it up and say goodbye. But I kind of threw some pictures in there, so I tried to make it look kind of crafty. It's basically like every picture I have on Facebook so far of my trip, so you've probably seen them all before, but I figure you'd probably rather look at fun pictures of Europe than my awkward face the whole time. So please enjoy this little clip, and I'll talk to you when it's over. When I first got to Amsterdam, I really had no expectations. Never having left the US, all I had to go off of was the interesting reaction I'd get when I told people I'd be studying here. The first few days were filled with an overload of logistical info, bad food, and no sleep. Each new day seemed to bring new obstacles, and just when it would begin to feel like things were going right, something would go wrong. I handled everything pretty well, hardly crying at all, which, if you know me, you know I'm kind of a crybaby. Instead, though, I would get really frustrated and angry. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't all bad. We had some really great times there at the beginning, and like my mom always says, it's going to be bad before it gets better. I don't know if y'all read my blog at all, but I've written a lot about these ups and downs and about how when I realized I needed a major attitude adjustment. Now, this entire time I've been praying through the hard times and praising through the good. And then, a few weeks ago, I did something kind of funny. I've always felt like I couldn't really feel God's presence. So, in hopes that I might get more of a physical feeling, I made a fake email address for God, where I could send my prayers. Not every single prayer, but just when something big is on my mind and I feel like I need to get the wording just right. From creating this more personal relationship with God, it started to resonate more in my mind and in my heart that when it comes down to it, this relationship with Jesus is all you need. Here I am, halfway across the world, with less than a fraction of my belongings, in a dorm room-sized apartment with dirty white walls and a mute roommate, who I might add makes all her noise around 8 a.m. But essentially, I'm here with nothing that feels right, nothing that feels like home. A complete alien to this foreign land, but in the midst of it all, I have everything I need in Christ. It really has hit me since I've been here how crazy God's plan can be. That He would send me to Amsterdam of all places to show me that I need to let go. Let go of past pain, of current frustration, and the feelings of sorrow and sadness. Because all of these selfish wants and needs are taking up too much space in God's home in my heart. A good passage to go with my message is Acts 2, verses 25 through 28. David said about him, "I saw the Lord always before me. Because He is at my right hand, I will not be shaken. Therefore, my heart is glad and my tongue rejoices. My body also will rest in hope, because you will not abandon me to the realm of the dead. You will not let your Holy One see decay. You have made known to me the paths of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence." Just the other day, I was really down. The weather was crappy as usual, and I just wanted to go to bed and sleep my bad mood away. As I did a quick Facebook peruse, I stumbled upon a Facebook message from the week before that I hadn't opened. I don't even remember seeing it before that night. It was from a friend at Butler, and it was an amazingly long message about how he had been praying that God might reveal himself and his plan to me while I was here in Amsterdam. He told me that after reading one of my blog posts, he learned his prayers had been answered. I just started bawling, crying like a baby. I felt like God was just giving me this huge hug and just giving me that reminder that he's always right there in your heart and that there's no reason to be discouraged or upset because he's always going to be there to lift you right back up. While I go through ups and downs all the time and am really excited to get home, I can already see major changes in my thinking and in my heart that I am very thankful for and that I know are the result of this crazy adventure in Amsterdam. All right, so just to kind of wrap it up, I guess, I've come to realize a lot of things. I started really seriously, like contemplating my faith journey last year. Moving into the house really, like, kind of set off a spark in me with like my convictions and just not really knowing like how being a part of DG and living in the house and facing all these temptations and stuff, how that was really going to fit into my journey with Christ. So I started being discipled by Shelby Tillman, who you guys probably know. She used to lead ABF last year. I'm sure you know who that is. And I just like had a lot of questions, and I would just really get frustrated easily when people would like tell me about these like realizations they had and how like they seemed to have their faith like so in line, and I was just like desperately like jealous of that, and I didn't know like I would do anything to have that, and I don't know. And like coming here, I knew that we were gonna go to church here, and I was gonna try really hard to like have this really strengthen my relationship with God, because I knew it was gonna be really hard, and I knew that I was gonna be so far from home and far from everything. But I guess, it's obviously, like, I'm not perfect. I still, like, get down and I still cry, and I still, like, there's some days when I don't pray as much as I should, and I don't thank God for things as much as I should. But I feel like something has just, like, clicked in my mind that, like, there just nothing else is going to fill you up the way that God is going to. And all these other things that you think, like relationships or habits or, all these things like gossip or, shopping, whatever, like all of these things that you crave and you have these passions for, like none of those are going to fulfill you the way that God can. And like, I don't know. It's just, and you've heard this a million times. Like I've heard this a million times. It's hard to explain and it's hard to understand, I guess, until you like come to that realization. But once you open up the doors of your heart and you ask Jesus to just live there, that's all he wants. He just wants to hang out in your heart with you and make your decisions for you and, be a part of your life. And, even if you stumble, or even if sometimes you push him off your stool, or you close the doors and don't let him in, like, he's still going to be waiting outside. He's never going to give up on you. So don't let not having that defining moment where you realize what your faith is all about, or don't let, the times you stumble keep you from trying to have God, be every aspect of every part of your life. Because I don't know, it's just like such a freeing feeling. Like I just want to like talk to people about it, and I just like want to talk to God all the time. It's like I don't need a boyfriend because God's my boyfriend, and that sounds really weird, and I think it's weird when people say that, but it's kind of funny. Like, why would I worry about pursuing a relationship with anybody else when I have this like brand new relationship with God that I'm still learning how to operate? And I don't know, it's really cool. So I know that my idea of like emailing God probably sounds kind of weird, but I think it's kind of fun, and I haven't gone out and actually checked the email account because sometimes it'll be cool to like go back and be like, oh, like what did I pray for when I was in Amsterdam or whatever. But I don't know. I think like I like challenge you guys to come up with, a way to make sure that you're like really praying not just for yourself or not just that, your day will be awesome or your day will be better than yesterday, but through this experience I've also really learned how powerful it is when you pray for other people. And like, my friend Dan that I mentioned that said, he was praying for me, and it's so easy to say, "Oh, we'll be praying for you," but like I mean, he was actually praying for me, and the things he was asking God to do and asking God to see, like, actually happened. And I don't know. I mean, I just believe, everything happens for a reason, and I think that I didn't find that Facebook message until I needed to, and then in that moment, it was just like, that's how God planned it to happen. I don't know, He's got the whole world in his hands. But anyways, enough of the cheesiness. Well, I guess this is it. So I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit from Amsterdam. And thank you so much, everybody who contributed to Sydney's package. I literally, like, sat down on my floor yesterday. I dumped it out all over the floor and just, like, read all your notes. And I was just, like, I wasn't even sad. I was, like, crying because I was laughing. Like, so many of you put so much heart and, like, just, like, making me laugh and, like, telling me I'm not missing out on anything and telling me funny stories that have happened to you. Like, I love to hear that stuff. Like, I know I'm doing stuff all the time, but, like, if you ever get the chance to, like, Facebook message me, or if you want to, like, send me a letter, you don't have to send me a package. But, I love that, and I'd love to send you guys postcards back. So just keep in touch, and today marks the halfway point. So I'll be home in, like, 60 days. So I can't wait to see you guys, and thank you for letting me share a little bit with you. And I love you all very, 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 very much. And that's it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!